So I wanted to record some footage of the new third-person camera I've been working on, and you notice right off the bat that the camera is allowed to drift to the left and right. It's configurable in that you can allow it to drift up and down. I just have it disabled as a personal preference. The thing that's happening here as well, I may as well explain this, is that although I'm allowed to drift, I'm not drifting in angle. I'm drifting in actual offset from the pawn. Like I'm a little bit to the left of the pawn right here, and I'm a little bit to the right of the pawn right here. So when you fire a projectile, it'll always be parallel with this line. So you don't have to worry about like having to do any angle adjustments. You just have to worry about doing position offset adjustments. And the other thing I should explain is that you can now clearly see with this setup that projectiles, they actually originate from about approximately the head of the pawn, or the player character. If I go into first person here, just to give you some perspective, point right to this little X. I go into third person, and it's pointing exactly at the same place, and the offset is always centered when you go into third person for the first, when you toggle from first to third. And so you'll see that the projectiles, they actually kind of spawn right from that weird little circle in the head almost. And this is just because I feel it's important to spawn from where the reticle is, the reticle center, and not the weapon offset. So that's something to consider. Now this map also covers scale. Each one of these little squares you're seeing here, they actually represent 1 meter. And this gives you an idea. This guy, I've decided to call it 2 meters tall, which is very tall as far as people go. I mean, 2 meters for everybody. Europe knows what 2 meters is. Everybody US, that's about 6'6", approximately. Very tall person. Actually, I think it's taller than that. I think it's 6'8". But that gives you just an idea of scale, what's going on here. The walls here are 25 meters, and the height of this tower is 100 meters, which is about a football pitch in Europe, if I remember correctly. And in the US, I think that would convert to about 110 NFL yards. So it would include an end zone and a half worth of NFL field, plus the actual field itself. The other thing you'll notice here is I've actually weakened the jetpack because I'm actually scaling everything down to appropriate size. The jetpack's still really strong. That was a simple rocket jump plus jetpack, and it took me my energy bar to get up here, but at the same time, that was pretty lazy. You can actually get up here without doing any jumps, any special rocket jumping at all. But speaking of rocket jumping, since I've received numerous pieces of advice that the impulse might need to be increased, and I did increase it a bit, but at the same time it got to a point where it was ridiculous, because you can see this impulse right now. I'm getting up to like the top of this little point here, which is really, really tall. We're talking, that's like, we're calling heights here, that's 10 heights approximately. And so I'm probably not going to increase impulse that much. I really do think it was a feeling of just speed. Once you get going fast, your impulse does less and less and less, whereas you really can get going. Like, you'll note, hey, here's how high I get up right now. So, and the other nice thing about third person, I guess, is that now you can actually see those jetpack effects quite a bit better. You also see, while the character's running around, the default UDK run behavior is actually kind of nice. But anyhow, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you like it.